Okay, so we're going to carry on with the next session. Um, I'll take permission from the pendulum and see if it wants to answer. Okay, because since we got something earlier and it was most unexpected, I mean, I'm open for anything, so it's just we just go with it. The next throw that we start to do is 13:37. So yes, we're afternoon time. It's Sunday. It's the 21st of December 2025. I don't know if I'm going to get upset with the next read. I think it is more personal. I'll just ask the pendulum what it wishes to do. 18th floor. Okay. Bangalore 560077. It's supposed to be my ownership apartment. They keep insisting that this is, I think they could have tried messing around with my property. But then it shows you the desperation with which they function. Like lizards, poisonous ones. Okay, so let's just start here. I am not wed anybody. I'm an Advani. I don't wed. I'm a happily divorced woman. Single provided for when I was a child. I'm an Advani. Now shut your mouth. I don't want confusion. Keep your mouth shut. Hi, is anyone over here, baby? Sweetie, are you here, baby? You are Varsha Advani, my little cutie pie. Alright, my little kitten. Is mama, I mean, I don't know which birth mother, but is there any elderly figure with you? Is Dada Dadi with you? Dada Dadi, as in Mr. Hukumat Rai Gurmukhdas Advani and Mrs. Kalavati Hukumat Rai Advani, Kailash Hingorani, Kailash Advani, Kani Advani, Kanayalal Hukumat Rai Advani, Tarachand Advani, Ramesh Advani, Kaushalya Advani's mother. Whom related mothers with you? Nani Nana are with you? Parpati Sadrangani and Mr. Ramchand Sadrangani are with you, sweetheart. The lady who used to be the queen in previous years, in earlier centuries, that lady is also with you. She used to be my mother in a previous lifetime. You see, I'm the bow-legged girl with two different shape ears, widow's peak, and bow legs, as in, a hole between the two thighs, a gap between the two legs, right? Okay, so now I just wanted to ask you about my this birth. Are you willing to answer it? I have photos that I have put out. So just the way I did a read about, and I got very surprising stuff which I thought was you, till I understood no, you had been pulled off, and in your place was somebody else. And what information I got about that girl was really surprising, but it's kind of coming together and making sense halfway or quarter way or 1/10 way, right? It's a huge magnitude. That means very influential people should have had a hand in it. Very influential people did not have a hand in it. Did I personally have a hand in it? Did any of the womb born Advanis or the womb born Sadranganis have a hand in it? You're saying it was just one replacement on the back of Suchitra Mirchandani's Advani's identity. That was on the back of Mr. Manjeet Sadrangani working in Nigeria, Lagos, 1 year before, 1985. You're saying that's where the start was from? The first hole was from that point in time, and from there the rats started coming in on the back of replacement. You're saying that because we keep getting the Nile from the first reading itself, but we don't know how to understand it. We've been getting from the very first reading, I think it was October, November 2020, where I used to take hand notes in my notebook. And I was not thinking it will come to be this. So I actually took it out on the hard cover on the inside of the book. Just on the cover of the book, I was just making notes. But then what I was getting was too strange. Iran, Iraq, Lira. I don't know if I got Syria. I don't know. I got Anita, Annu, Ritu, Rita, Gauri, Government of India, Rogue. Lots of things which I was so surprised. I didn't know what to think about it. But anyway, we've come a long way from, I think, October, November 2020, and now we're end 2025. So we're like, over the time we've also tried trial and error, trying to understand how to understand the read. She said, I have beggar, so you're saying no. Okay, so anyway, you ignore them, sweetie. Don't go with them. So you're okay with me going and doing the read for my own photo? We'll see which photos I have. I'll take only one photo. You tell me if you want to discuss it. Okay, baby? Okay. So we're going to discuss this photo. I'll see if she's willing to discuss it. We see what we get on it. Okay? Isn't that photo the girl with the bow legs sitting holding the pendulum over here with the widow's peak? The difference in the 2 years, left side of the face and right side of the face. Are you willing to discuss this through the Scrabble throw, sweetie? You're willing to discuss this which is on the TV screen? You're willing to discuss the red dress, red and white? You willing to discuss that photo, sweetheart? That's your sister? That's looking like your cousin sister by birth? Is that your cousin sister by birth? Is that the same womb from which your sister was born, where you were born from? Is that the girl in the photo in the red? Red and white Scottish kind of a dress with a golden that is the holder of the pendulum doing this session. Okay, so I go ahead and do the Scrabble throw, sweetheart. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we get on the back of this. This is the photo the Scrabble throw is being done for. Let's hope it's not too complicated, because there are 4 people over here. But let's see what we get out of it. Nikhil is a splitting image of my father in later years. My father was a splitting image of Nikhil Advani, wearing the white shirt and the shorts. Splitting image of my dad, to tell you very frankly. Yes, so there's Nikhil Thakurdas wearing the pants and Nikhil Advani wearing the shorts. There could be an age gap. The Advanis tend to be a little dainty or small boned compared to others. That was established at the very beginning. Okay? So let's start. So okay, give me something on this photo that is up. That is what I've got. This is what fell out on its own. Whatever falls out on its own, we don't touch. Let's see what we get. It's open. Okay, so what we've got is my name Jaya Wayne, the ED connected with GD, CD, no CCD, we'll see what we get. Okay, so let's move this over here. CD is the first thing, GD with ED, Jaya, to wax is to grow, to wane is to keep on a back foot or to reduce. The work was done by somebody in enforcement directorate from somewhere. It could also be something connected with Anne, whoever Anne is. Now, who is it? Who is GD? Jaya and CD wed GD DT. Annie is Nikhil Advani, my cousin, as I told you. Jaya NA GC or CD, wet deed or GT deed. Jaya went GT ED on the CD. AD is for Advani. So on the recording, we were put down as having been born at GT Hospital. We did go to GT Hospital for the injection, but not so young. We went to GT Hospital with Varsha at the time of making our first passport to go for the Chidambaram ship trip. That is when I'm about 6 or 7 years old. But I wasn't born in GT Hospital. I went there for the inoculation of the yellow fever because I was going to Malaysia, Penang and Singapore, where yellow fever used to be something that you needed to take an inoculation before you go to Singapore, Malaysia. That's why I went to GT Hospital. I was older than this photo. ENT, Jaya Advani, ENT, GT, WED, CD. So when I went to GT Hospital to take the yellow fever inoculation, I passed out. You can see I'm considerably smaller built. So is Nikhil Advani, also is smaller built. So even an inoculation, we end up fainting. Did you fit anything into my ears at that very same time? I don't know. Would I have cried? Yeah, probably. Because I'm the one who had the dysentery problem when I was first born. The the gynac has to give birth to me, not an ENT, right? Jaya at GNT, GT, Cotton World due, which means causing problems for them. I myself have not done anything, but maybe when I went for my inoculation to GT Hospital is connected with the Bombay Police where we get our passport. So that place is behind the GT Hospital or connected to the GT Hospital. At a time, not many people actually travel abroad. Then almost immediately you make a connect to Vittal Malya. So eyes are on a particular setup. I myself caused no due to Cotton World. Maybe D is the one who has the CD and he typified the trip to GT Hospital for the inoculation as EEEW. GT Hospital is a government hospital. It is not a place that I would have been born at, but I did go there with Varsha for the inoculation for the Chidambaram ship. Since it is the question, or it is DC, not even maybe the ED of the DC, put it down as EW. We went to GT for what? WDC is Washington DC. We went to GT Hospital for what? To get the inoculation for the yellow fever. That was classified as EW. Okay. GT hospital is not EW, but it is not exactly, it is meant for, let's say, lower income people. It is not equivalent to where I actually, whether I got born there or not, I don't know. But this is what it is saying for this timeline. Okay. ENT deed cotton world. I don't understand. AG is Akhil Gupta. So whatever you have fitted in my body, you have done so as payoff for something. First, you got to ask me if I'm even in or not. You dare to say Kharida? It's not your place to talk about Kharida. We live in India. So, cotton world, whatever it is worth. And it wasn't your place to do a free ride of 10 shapeshifters in one fake marriage at ISKCON. Scorning God, scorning the institution of marriage, thinking you'll never get found out. That's really cheap. कुछ खानदानी उस चीज़ में है ही नहीं, चीप है. Day is Shobha Day, I don't know. ED and Cotton World. Akhil Gupta as well as Jaya Advani. There's Nikhil Advani also involved. Cotton World actually is the real SRL. Naren Lekraj and Rajan Naren Lekraj. And Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj. Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj, they say, was murdered in 1995. The end of it, he probably had some link to LK Advani. After end 1995, LK Advani did not know that he is dealing with a fake identity of Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj. So he also got fussified along with some people in the BJP. At the same time, earlier than that, whatever it was to do with Vittal Mallya, his United Breweries at Karnataka, you need to look and find out the government in the 70s and the 80s, especially post 1977, in Karnataka, who was mostly winning it. If it was a BJP component, then by way of having a factory and running an industry, that also in the alcohol business, possibly you needed to know the netas. I was given to understand that Mr. Vittal Mallya, when we had a dinner on the table of his United Breweries guest house at Kodikanal, when Nikhil Advani, me Jaya Advani, and my younger sister Varsha Advani, who is late. So late Nikhil Advani, late Varsha Advani, and I'm Jaya Advani, still over here. Akhil Gupta was born in Bangalore. Nikhil Advani was born in Breach Candy Hospital. I and my sister Varsha Advani were born at St. Elizabeth's Nursing Home along with Neeta Mirchandani or Neeta Rana. She's late actually, she's no more. Neither she is alive, nor her parents, nor her in laws, nor her husband. They got rid of all of them. Her sister and her brother are still alive. Alright? Now, the point is, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. Let's just leave it. What really needs a focus on is when it comes to Mr. Vital Malia's identity. Apparently, someone from the BJP, either the same person who shapeshifted for Vital Malia and for Jaitley, Arun Jaitley, or then Arun Jaitley himself who shapeshifted for Vital Malia, there is somebody over there. The first time we have been asked to go on a holiday in our school break, where Nikhil Advani, Jaya Advani, my actual womb sister, and myself, Sandra D'Souza, who was hired to look after Nikhil Advani from birth. Her history is her chacha at Hill Road threw her out along with her brother and grabbed their share of the property. Now in the throw we come to know that her chacha actually murdered her father and then threw the kids out. And so she came to look after Nikhil Advani. Nikhil Advani at that time was staying in Sea Lord in Bombay. Soon after that they wrapped up and sold Sea Lord in Cuff Parade, Bombay, and moved to Bangalore. Lived on rent for a couple of years before they bought their 2 BHK apartment. I think it was simultaneous with his father used to work for Madura Coats. So he left that job and he was on a sabbatical for a couple of years. Then he joined his friend or their family network, Jaggi Hinduja of Warehouse, his firm for Gokul Das Exports for 2 years. Then the crowd was very young, so he decided again to step out. But on the back of it, there's plenty of foul play in the background, all stealth mode. Alright, so with keeping it to the time when it was when we're very young. Okay, and we're keeping it to a time when we are very young, so let's just keep it to that. What I'm trying to say is, yes, when it came to that one holiday where we have gone and stayed in the company guest house of United Breweries in Kodikanal, I'm told that the dinner that was the fine dining on their dining table in the guest house, the real Mr. Vital Malia was at the dining table. The next time we met Mr. Vital Malia in that holiday and went to somebody else's place for a Gujarati meal where you have to make an appointment and it is home cooked meal that they give you on order. And it's about half an hour, 45 minutes away from wherever the guest house is at, the company guest house. At that point, there was somebody who was shape-shifting for Mr. Vital Malia. That was the first holiday. The second holiday we had was on the Chidambaram ship to Singapore and Penang, Malaysia, right? Where all the brothers, sisters, including my chacha from America, has also arrived. The only 2 people who don't get onto that Chidambaram ship is my mother as well as my grandmother. My mother has gone to her mother's home. My grandmom, Kalavati Hukumat-Rai Advani, has had 2 heart attacks in that time. She was pretty distressed that she was not, she wanted to go on the ship, but she was told no, let the fighting couple be on the ship. There are so many youngsters and the children, let her have a breather, and hopefully she patches up with her husband. But last minute she did not get on the ship. Instead she went away to her mother's home on the back of it. Again she and her husband fought. So last minute she dropped out. Okay. In the ship also apparently, Vital Malia was there on the day of the first breakfast that I went to, and I was very unwell. After that, there was a disembarking in one of the ports where his shapeshifter has stood in for him on the ship. He could have had a business meet. Maybe he went, rather than hanging around a bunch of people and wasting time, he probably thought it's like a 10-day trip or a 7-day trip. So he probably thought his time is more precious to do something more important on the corporate side of it. But who went on the ship after that was a shapeshifter, is what the pendulum said. So there was an exchange there also. Now, in the exchange, we got that it was somebody connected to Arun Jaitley, or it was Arun Jaitley himself who was doing the shape shifting. And that's the point from where lots of things started going wrong, is what I got. Okay? Now, Akhil Gupta cannot be born at GT Hospital. Nikhil Advani, while he was in Bombay, he wasn't born at GT Hospital. He was born at Breach Candy Hospital. His mother had cancer of uterus, so she had to go to the Tata Institute before he was born. And so utmost care was taken. Also, his father was on Madhura Court's corporate account. He was going to Zurich and he was going to Geneva quite often. So his son is not going to be born in GT Hospital. My own father is a tradesperson. His family friends, children were already born in St. Elizabeth's nursing home, most of them. So following the trend, even I was born over there. So was Varsha, so was Vinod Mirchandani, and schooling also, all kids ended up in Fort Convent School. Neeta Mirchandani, about 8-9 years older to me, she was also in Fort Convent School. Then there are at least 10 kids connected to my dad's family friends who all studied in Fort Convent School, all girls. Starting with 9 years ahead of me or 8 years ahead of me, then a lot in between, then me, and then a few after me, 75 batch and after. So my thing is, this GT Hospital probably is something they put on purpose in a CD because of some insult, or then because Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj was murdered in 1995, and so they reconfigured it by uploading their version of reality, not the actual reality. Which is why I'm saying, going forward, when and if the Third World War does happen, 1 billion people are left on earth in a devastated condition. 7 billion people or more have been let off. They've gone away. They're all dead. Your SATA drive is deciding for me in this house, apartment on the 18th floor. You have tried twisting my sale deed. You put it for 86,000, which not even my bloody fucking open car park is worth. You cheaply, blindly stealing and land. Tomorrow, Mr. Ambani and Dhirubhai Ambani also will be erased from the uploaded memory, who are actually domestic helps, who wore the skin of the IG, the ED, the RSS, the ATS. They will be promoting themselves as the leaders on that SATA drive. Who is there to argue it? Nobody. Most people are stamped down in memory and brain, connected to a false device in the brain which connects to the SATA drive with different versions and different realities from what actually happened. The new babies born, for all the eggs that have already been stolen, frozen, sperms stolen, frozen, will also have the same problem. Mr. Ambani, Mr. Adani, these kind of people are going to be wiped out of anybody's conscience. And that's what you've been preparing through all these times. And anybody who came naturally from a good realm, you got rid of them. Leftovers you lied about, twisted the story, have done the recording, because that's what you want going forward. You want that recording to be the digitized version of the Third World War outcome, where you play king, you beast and beast maker at any cost. All the best to you, because it is excruciating for you only, not for us who've been at the receiving end of your shit, given how and what quality you are. I can assure you, those who got good births and were well looked after will not be looking after you, and you'll be desperate for the higher realms to look after you. Not one of us will bother with you. You got to go through 427,000 years non-stop henceforth. I don't know about Day and Ted, not sure. Someone from Tamil Nadu tagged Jaya to dead Tamil Nadu Jaya. So they took my identity and tagged it to a Jaya from Tamil Nadu who is murdered. She has to be Apollo Hospital, one of the daughters. She's Jaya Reddy. If you removed NTR and brought him to be Mr. Umesh Hingorani, who died in 1987 according to my pendulum, you brought NTR. NTR, after he becomes NTR, he flunks his. Instead, the real Umesh Hingorani by birth is an ICIC school going kid. All the way till his 9th, 10th standard. He flunks his 10th standard and gets a firing of his life, and he's removed to a school which is a really shitty SSLC school here in Bangalore. That boy is supposed to be NTR. Against his better judgment, he has been brought to Bangalore and converted into Umesh Hingorani, who has already passed away, and brought to Brewery House to live. So he thinks he's Umesh Hingorani, but he's not doing well at school. That is why he's removed, so he passes the 10th standard instead of repeating a year. In his hometown and in his family, they would have plucked someone from out of town, from the Middle East, or then from your sthans, whatever the sthans are. Anyway, as Umesh Hingorani, he has graduated from a very shitty school, whereas the real Umesh Hingorani's education is ICSE. There's no reason to drop that bad. Cathedral, American school, and before that, you have Panchgani, you have boarding school over there again, ICSE. I don't know if he went there, his sisters went there. The American Kodaikanal school, then Bishop Cotton's, they're all good schools. Then to graduate from where he graduated, they're saying that was NTR actually, CRISPR to become Umesh Hingorani. For what reason this boy, now he has gone to college. We don't know what triggers in him. In the house he's wearing lungi, but no Sindhi wears lungis. So his mother gets him lungis which are silk. So it is kind of a pajama in a lungi. But lungi is something that maybe the people in Chennai are more comfortable wearing. And he just goes away to Chennai on his own, and he wants to be an extra on the sets. And he's done that. And she's cribbing in the house. But the point is, what is it in his conscience that took him to Chennai to be an extra on the sets? That is where he has become friends with some people. And then apparently there is Ravi Teja for Ajay Toshniwal, from Andhra Pradesh to Bangalore, Sadashiv Nagar, as Ajay Toshniwal. But actually Ravi Teja. None of these guys are actually alive, they're all dead. They got shapeshifters for them. And so all for the money. So they've declared me as dead. There are two lies over here. One, that I was born in GT hospital. Let me ask if I was born in GT hospital. Okay? I'm pretty sure my parents at the very beginning would not lie to me. If they did, I will not spare them in the future. They're going to have a very tough time in the future. To wane me, if you have to wane me and not wax me, that means I wasn't born in GT hospital. If you were to wax me from my birth, then I would have been born at GT hospital. But for you to wane me to GT hospital means it wasn't my birth. So Kiran uncle, you're shapeshifting in Washington DC pretending to be Mr. Trump simply because my mom, I don't even know if she's my mom, but whoever was my mother is ex Mrs. Advani, then she became Anita Merchant. There are plenty of foul play on that identity. I'm happy being Dimes. I want to stay that way. I just can't stand the stink of foul play. Kitten, what are you saying? Baby, are you willing to discuss this? Now, I've got lots of questions over here. Was I born in GT hospital, sweetheart? Was GT hospital the place I was born at? No, you don't answer them through the Sutter Drive, sweetheart. You tell me, was I born at GT hospital? Was the holder of the pendulum with the bow legs born at GT hospital, sweetie? Am I Rohika, sweetheart? Are you answering for Rohika? The holder of the pendulum in whose shoulder just now someone made a sound from the right side of my body with the bow legs, was I born at GT hospital in Bombay? Is there a girl who shapeshifted for me connected with some Tamil Nadu bloodline who is dead? Is that the case? Is there anybody who is dead? There is somebody who is dead. She shapeshifted for me. She was involved from Tamil Nadu with one version of Akhil Gupta who was shapeshifting for. He was shapeshifting for the dead Akhil Gupta. She was involved with him. That boy is from Tamil Nadu. The girl was born in GT hospital by any chance? The shapeshifter for Akhil Gupta was born at GT hospital by any chance? Is GT hospital of any consequence in this read? Is the CD any consequence in this read? Are you saying the documentation on purpose was falsely establishing a birth in a different place from the actual place birth? Was it done? Was it done because I left that situation in 5 months? Did someone play foul play hiding behind the cotton world because they felt insulted that I left in 5 months? Is that the deed? If not the real cotton world people, the shapeshifters who passed through Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj's identity, the 10 shapeshifters, and maybe the mother-in-law was a shapeshifter. The identity of Huri Lekhraj was a shapeshifter. That woman is from Tamil Nadu. She's from the bottom of the pyramid. Hiding behind cotton world, they re-scriptured my birthplace to GT hospital. It was done on the back of fake Anita. That girl was you. Fake Anita merchant. Was it done on the back of the fake Anita merchant sometime in 2005 or 6? So you're saying they uploaded a falsity of the hospital where I was born and sent it to Washington DC? So is it true that Mr. Ambani and Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani also, they will twist it around, he'll be left at the Bangarwala stage, going down for a legacy and history? Okay, all the best to you, to your schizophrenic future. I'm just going to leave it at that. You're disgusting. Where the fuck is GC? These are the 10 fucking shapeshifters. After the marriage was held at here, Mr. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna ISKCON in Bangalore, while SM Krishna was the CM of Karnataka. It is not possible that such a thing happen unless that's not a fake ID. So Roy, you want to meet me? Because I definitely want to meet you. Along with you, I want to meet India's military. I refuse to pack my bags and leave even though I feel like spitting and leaving. To tell you quite frankly. तुमको क्या लगता है सच्चाई कभी निकलेगा नहीं? जितना यहाँ पे सच्चाई जो होता है दबा के रखो ना, उतना चांटा खाना पड़ेगा in the afterlife. I am the final stamp on whatever is to be met by whoever it is to be met down the line. My every second on earth actually is the documentation of the evidence with no falsity, only based on deeds, vis-a-vis what is established in the universal laws. I am only the witness of all the evidence, with all the evidence, and the final stamp for everyone's journey going forward. I am a peon and messenger. So I am too willing to meet the Indian military. I'd like someone of some caliber, and I am not interested in meeting any pretense. I am not willing to meet any of the shapeshifters. I am not interested in meeting people who are from out of the country pretending to be Indians. I am not interested in that rubbish. And when it comes to Raw, I have understood that Raw itself is fragmented. in different alliances with different agents around the world. So what do we really have over here other than insults galore in an apartment bought with my father's hard-earned money from business, and you twisting the truth on the back of what? Agnello Fernandez. What the fuck do we have in this country? सिंदूर गाते जाओ, कमान, बोल भी लेके खड़ा रहो, वही दिन आ रहे हैं. You know what? My time to over here is over. It is your great grandchildren and the Yuva who have to deal with the outcome of your deeds. Nothing to do with me. I told you earlier also, we have dealt with you. We have bent but not broken. When we go into the afterlife, we are the deciding factor for you and your entire journey going forward. Some people in your bloody network have 280 yugas, no kalpas. 280 yugas, not kalpas. कर्म करना पड़ता है इतना गिरने के लिए. पहले तू तो आया है इंडिया. I never came to your land. I am a Hindu who was marrying a Sindhi Hindu. You came to this land. Even if I was born in a garbage can, God was kind when He brought me up. Compared to your land, this land was very prosperous that even the laborer who comes to your land wants to come running back. It is you who impound his passport and don't let him return to his homeland. There his head becomes straight and he says, hey, 1 minute, at home I've got the trees, I can grow vegetation, I can do fishing, I can make money out of it. He wants quick money, tax-free. And the grass is always greener on the other side till you arrive over there and say, no, actually that was wrong. But it is too late for him to return home. Now, in the case of when you are replacing people, to be able to have no answers to so-called caretakers of the world, big brothers of the world, and to get away and to have so much money, there are very few people in the world of that caliber. So I was born in prosperity just by nature. Khulla asman, women are treated as equals of men. In fact, in some places they are treated better than men because they are Shakti, the power behind the man. They are not hidden and whatever. No, they are allowed to grow. They grow and they support. They are the other half. Stuff you don't believe in it, and that's okay. Yet nobody from here, at least in my case, I never came there. All the nonsense that happened is some people went out of their way to come to this land which is far more prosperous just by birth, on every count. But don't you understand the difference and why that difference is there? It is there simply because of past life karmas and outcomes to be enjoyed in the birth given at the place given. Now that you have gone and increased it to what? And in what manner? With what understanding? For what kind of outcomes? I do not do weed, baby. I don't drink. I don't smoke. My biggest problem is I still need to eat non-veg, which I do for my health reasons. Whenever I have tried to go vegetarian after towards the 3rd year, I start falling very sick. My body cannot take it, then what I can do? So I have to continue eating non-veg. My high comes, frankly, just being connected with my guru. He takes care of everything. I don't need anything else. It's okay, God is kind. I keep saying that. Now, who is the person who has weed connected with what you have fitted in my body? You are that version of Akhil Gupta who is from Tamil Nadu, that I have known from before. Connected with you is that one version of Puri Lekraj. Her style is so not happening when it comes to Bhaiban Sindhis. That woman doesn't have even little Sindhiness in her. Again, that was a shapeshifter. Maybe they are all on weed. The reason we even left is because that was a sham. It was standing in my face as something you shouldn't touch, not even with a badge pole. Yet it is cotton world. Yet they are good people. Their daughters have studied in the same school as me from 1977. So you brought in shapeshifters from shitholes. Based on all this shit talk, they are to an uneducated domestic health background. So whatever crap you feed them in that shit, they actually think you're changing legalities. You want them to work for you for free, to destroy India, and then help you destroy DC, help you destroy Russia. Then you will can them the way Stalin did it. And you will go the mode of Hitler's concentration camp. On them only. When you want to charm them, switchboard on your brain is what? Wearing the ego of Audrey Hepburn and Stalin. Suddenly Jekyll and Hyde is switched into your brains. What charming personality you become, you're willing to kill also. Suddenly. Just one click in the brain and the neural link you are connected to. This is what I have experienced this with whom? The 10 shapeshifters in that one fake marriage while your SM Krishna was CM over here. Who is SM Krishna supposed to be? Mr. SM Krishna is supposed to have got his daughter in a love marriage married to whom? My first cousin, dead Mr. Umesh Ingorani. They are not bloody floozies. पैसों के लिए भूखे हम नहीं हैं. पैसा हमारे पास दौड़ दौड़ के आता है. In fact, we choose not to take too much in a birth because look at the kind of people we've been surrounded with. Look at the desperation connected with them at an atomic level. So listen. जो कुछ भी ऑप्युलेंस है घर छोड़ के आ गए तुमको ट्रैप करने के लिए. एविडेंस निकाल के तुमको तुम्हारा जगह 280 युगा नर्क पाताल पे मरवा के तुमको तुम्हारा घर वापसी 200 युगा जो तुमने कमाया है घर वापसी करने के लिए. यू अंडरस्टूड? The DG is very important if these people are having weed. I have told you when it comes to the electrical lines, when it comes to the AI, when it comes to IR, India, Russia, America, India. Ukraine and India, UI, the interface. They, whatever you got, Ahmedabad ka 124 passengers who blasted in the sky. That is the work of India, Russia, IR. Don't know what it is called. Along with artificial intelligence. Your CDS Rawat, if that is true in the helicopter, wo bhi ek problem hai. Your electrical grids are the biggest problem. From one end, the telephony and the broadband and the optic fiber are all contributive for the ego being switched on people in case they have been fitted out. You know all finances have gone on the internet. You know the ECE is on the internet. You know everything is on the internet. That's how they plan to trap the 1 billion and let go of the 7 billion on Earth before 2036. That is the reason why they were very busy getting the Indians to do every stream of life, whether it is the MBA for management, whether it is the doctor for medicine or medicine for doctor, whether it is the lawyers, whether it is any field, the finance. If there is a place they want to replace, they get rid of the person, they bring in their own person from wherever, wearing the memory of the dead original Indian, switching with their agenda, but the skills, the knowledge, the memory of the dead person who did all the work that they did. So they're forever switching identity. They've been doing this. They did this even 1996 with my MBA QUT at Brisbane, Australia. Mr. Military, India, please come here and meet me. Your job is to take care of civilians, and it's not really stuck to the Home Ministry if the Home Ministry is not from India. Or same for the Defence Ministry. Why are you bound? Why are you bound? Don't play sounds from my body. Don't you dare. I will teach you people a lesson once I'm out of this body. That's my oath to you. You don't even know what you're going to be in for. मिलिट्री का धर्मा कर्मा क्या है? आइदर उसको निभाओ, नहीं निभाया तो तुमको पता है क्या होगा. So maybe this Tamil Nadu chap, loser, who has also shapeshifted for Akhil, also shapeshifted as dead SRL during those 5 months. That also is possible. You cannot be my cousin brother and shapeshift for a dead man in a fake setup where there are 10 people who have shapeshifted in a fake marriage, which I opted out of in 5 months. You took that deed. What is the fucking deed? Where did you send it? If you are a bloody Chelsea on weed, then nothing you say or did actually is trustworthy. It's all bloody desperation from a shithole of poverty. And that's not my background. It is not Cottonwell's background. It is not Nikhil Advani's background. It is not the real Akhil Gupta's background. You understood, you desperado. Shit from a shithole. You and Agnello Fernandez and D'Souza, you are domestic help 10-10-20-20 bloody generations. काली कौवा जाके कटरीना कैफ बने, बस ego पहन के. You don't become it. You be born by the womb. Then talk. Otherwise, don't you dare steal. Shit. Yeah. Go to bloody Russia and go ask them to take care of you. Go to France. Ask them to take care of you. They can't take care of their own bloody poverty-ridden land. Frugality in these times. The great French. Even in your ridding the aristocracy, you were commoners who did it. Today, where are you? That also in times there are still so many other economies that are being built and busted. Money siphoned out of it on the back of other people's hard work consistently. What do you think with that kind of shit that you've done? How you can ever get a good return? You will not get it, I'm assuring you. It is 280 yugas, not 400 years. One yuga is so long it is not a joke. You gotta run through it. My way earned by you. I'm the witness of you. The crap you are. The crap you are. So waning somebody's position, taking me to GT, you bloody dog. You are domestic help. मेरे नौकर, मेरे रिश्तेदार नहीं है क्योंकि तो उसको ट्विस्ट करता है. फिर तो अंबानी, मुकेश अंबानी और मुकेश अंबानी के बाप धीरूभाई अंबानी को क्या भंगार वाला बना के वो रिपीट करेगा, वो दिखाएगा. Those days are coming. Where's your bloody legacy? India doesn't ever invade other countries, if you realize it. ये घटिया आदत either northern parts of Europe के हैं, maybe Euro-Asia is used to doing that, or the Middle East. I don't know if they are. Euro-Asia generally does all this invasion, taking things that are not theirs. India has never done it. India really does follow the most ancient scriptures, the law of karma, and whatever is established as the right way of living. That makes India and the Hindus your most hated enemies, because we keep it straight, whereas you work for the beast. Everything is lies, twisting, shit. That's why you played it shittily, messing and fucking around with genes. Everything opposite to what the womb is. Right? So Jaya Advani got the dent and the waning. From Cotton World Association, which was a fake ID, with 10 people shapeshifting in one marriage. This cannot be more clear than that. If you're still not willing to believe it, that's your problem. I will teach you a lesson once I leave from this body. It'll be natural whenever it is. I can assure you, my network in the afterlife, you can't break it because it goes into many births, many lifetimes, way before this one. I must have trained to some level so I can deal with you. I must have had plenty of support from the afterlife. Souls that did not incarnate or then left earlier to support, they know what they are doing. And no, it is not the crap like your such shitty technology weed-driven shit drive. It's the real thing. It is actual soul alive in the afterlife with no form that you see on earth, but with a third form that you with your naked eye cannot see. When you are calling out Allah's name as the supreme being, तो तुमको पता है वो spirit है, तो अल्लाह है क्या? वो भी कोई supreme being है ना? तो being का मतलब क्या है? He is alive as the highest level of a supreme being, as a God, alive in the afterlife. The Christians say it is the Holy Ghost. तो कोई तो है ना वहाँ पे, लेकिन दिखता नहीं है, लेकिन है वैसे. So someone from D's team probably entered Cotton World and they were the shapeshifters over there. If GC is Dubai. He's also responsible for getting rid of Jeff Bezos and his wife and taking over Amazon.com. Since he has some personal vendetta, the 10 boys, if you want to call it love jihad, which you did, which it is complete bullshit. The crap was discussed in the Indian Parliament, on the back of which you suggested the biometrics, Aadhaar card, where you had a big fight You've also gone on record saying India can be led to a place worse than Syria and Afghanistan openly in the parliament. Between 2003, my situation was between 3rd of March 2002 and 4th of August 2002. (2003) all the way to 2009-10 is the preparation of the biometrics and the Aadhaar card. But there's too much of a gap. Even a greater gap between 2003 and 2016-17, demonetization, and then insisting that everyone gets an Aadhaar card. But that's enough time for more infiltration and covering up tracks, including getting rid of the real Mr. Cyrus Mistri's, the real MC Chagla's wife, granddaughter from Congress, Rohika Mistry, who says she got married to not the real Cyrus Mistry, but she got married to the shapeshifters of Cyrus Mistry. She's a Muslim Indian with great contribution to the development of the nation, since her grandfather worked in the external ministry and her father had the Chagla law firm. Most of it would have been messed with. You just don't know who your crowd is who's working for you. She insists there are 20 poverty-ridden girls, including some from other countries. Garib. Shape-shifting in her place. You can take it, you can leave it. My duty is to put it out. You want to take it, take it. You want to dump it, lump it, man. I couldn't care less. I am not wed, I am happily divorced, because this is connected with the underworld. I don't know anybody in the underworld. This bugger, if he is an ENT connected with this chap, then whatever it is, let's say there is one girl whose one eye is forever, she cannot see. She gets like her eyes are forever watering in one side of her eye. She can't do anything. This ENT is so problematic, along with the ears, nose, throat. There you can change voice all the time. That's the throat. Eyes is what? You can make it all the time. It's dropping tears. Nose is what? Nitesh Gupta had a problem. I told you. It is all done by this chap. He's from the GC. GC is what? Middle East. What is it? It connected with D. What is it? So Indian military, you can come along with RAW, ensuring that they are pro-India, not shaking hands with Iran. Some people through RAW shaking hands with the ISI. Fern's residency called out for somebody over there connected with the ISIS. How all this shit happens in India? CIA agents CRISPR to look Indian, roaming in India, don't know who they are. Then don't know if Parag Agarwal and that lawyer friend of his thrown out of Twitter, then they want a pay package. One of the girls brought over here was looking like her. So was she brought to India not ever to return? Did she stealth mode for evidence come here because she was given some false stuff and brought here and again done away with? Like this, there are so many people who have died, put out onto the streets of their assets grabbed. What is this nonsense? So having on purpose tried to put me on a back foot are two words which say denting and waning. You can dent and vein only if there is a full tin of something. You try to dent it. A crushed can you cannot crush. What you will dent in it? To vein something, it has to have been born like the full moon. Only then can it vein. Had it been born in a state of a new moon or a little crescent, then it can wax. Your ego is so overpowering, it tripped you so badly you don't even realize it. Darling. Connected with Ritu and Malia, and at least now they know what it is not to have money. 2015 on the phone or 2016 on the phone, UB City. I will not be moving from my place or my stance. But now you watch the fun that happens on the back of it from the real form called spirit. According to the spirit laws, no foul play. It is to ensure that you know where you went wrong. You will not be manipulating my life and you will not be telling me what to do. But I will be feeding you what you have earned with all authority from the appropriate place. With no apologies, but with every entitlement and right earned by me. So maybe Cotton World took its business to Dubai. He was talking about increasing it somewhere to the Middle East. So maybe this has got something to do with that, but I've got nothing to do with it. This is afterwards on the back of. Also, did you send another Jaya Advani over there in place of me? You have stolen my first passport from the yellow fever anti-inoculation at GT Hospital when I'm about 7 years old, not my place of birth. That passport, fast forward to 1996, when I have gone to QUT Australia to study for my MBA. My identity was stolen and switched to somebody else. What's that foul play? And on the back of it, what all haven't you done? Why doesn't the bloody ED of India, along with the bloody Indian military, along with the freaking RAW, why don't you come forward and talk? छिप छिप के क्या है? तो किसके लिए काम करता है? So I am telling you, there's too much strangeness in this. So maybe 10 people have died. On one identity. What is the deed? I don't know. I can't understand. I mean, for so many people to want to grab something, I can't understand why. Looks like it's a money issue. Someone's again desperately wanting to something. I don't even know what it is. Anyway, I think their real family is no more. The real Cotton World people who are Bhaiban Sindhis, the way I am actually a Sindhi Amil. Nikhil Advani was Cotton World, both boys, Praveen Lekhraj and Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj. They all went to Bishop Cotton's together. They were friends in school. I don't think any of us want to grab anything of the other. In fact, most of us will say no. Let it be, you keep it. That's the difference between our community and the rest of those shitty, thrashy, God he knows where they come from. There's no match. Alright? The deed was probably done by Akhil Gupta, replica from Tamil Nadu. Total thrash. You are Aki? You have broken Mr. Subhash Gupta's locker because you're a drug addict. You stole money. Mr. Subhash Gupta was murdered in his property. My reading says in 2007, after which God's gift was left by you people and you all scattered and moved into different directions. You stole at Prestige, Four Seasons is what I believe. After they left 190 Sankey Road on the back of the real Akhil Gupta's murder 1993. There also they just let go of that 190 Sankey Road rented bungalow. Even though Koshanti was really whoever was working on it, Subhash uncle, they were winning it and the lawyer was quite angry. Every time there is somebody murdered, you people move to a new place. So the weed is the reason why you wanted to go to Goa and open a shack, you wanted to go to Ooty and settle down. You were told a no. You broke the locker, you stole some jewelry, you stole some money, and Mr. Subhash Gupta was pretty angry, so was Koshi Gupta. But the point is, Subhash Gupta doesn't want his family name going into the soil. We're not used to bad DNA. And our own DNA, frankly telling you, like Kabir's younger brother, Kabir Gupta is no more, he was murdered by apparently the shapeshifter of Rosie Fernandez. In 1999, when he has come back from America after 3 years, he was with his friends in New York. Ranjit Lilla is one of them, Munish Hinduja is one of them. He has come to visit us, his cousins, in Bombay. You have got him murdered. Then you plugged your own shit. Because 93 you have plugged the first shit. 99 you are looking to plug as many people one by one. A mole for a dead white Atma, a good Atma born from the womb, replaced by dark Atmas who only want to steal and lie about and defame the family they stole from, the leftover real family members. I mean, what is this country even worth? What is this India really worth? What are you worth? I don't know what this is, but if it makes sense to anybody, please look at it. I don't want you taking my name. This name is Jayj. J, darling J. I'm Jaya Jayu. No J, no JJ. Who am I? I'm Jaya Advani. You understood? Kani and Company, H.G. Advani and Company. I don't care what you have to say about it. I'm one of the last few people, you shameless rats, one of the last few people left. Most of my cousins and our extended network is dead. They were murdered. I'm telling you 100 times. I'm a civilian and I'm an Indian citizen. It's not my job to do all this. If you know anybody called J, because Kabir was calling me ever since 2016, J and JJ. I never change it. I say okay. In fact, he started it sometime in I think 2002 onwards or 2004 onwards, and I don't argue it. But that means there is another girl called J or there's another boy called J. But that person killed somebody, or this person went on to become the EA of AG, and this person is from Tamil Nadu. He also shapeshifted with Cotton World as dead SRL, and he's connected with Dawood Ibrahim. He's on weed, or he requires weed, or he trades in weed. रिश्तेदार हमारा बनेगा, तुम में है क्या रिश्तेदार बनने के? Other than stealing, you're not my relative. You're involved in a lot of crap. By providence or by dint of destiny, I am the girl who was born in 1973. For better or for worse, I am one of the last leftovers from the original Sadrangani Advani family. Most people murdered by your network of crap. Now the fucking whatever it is, better you come quickly and make things okay, because you got the evidence. Tomorrow, if you don't do your job of righting the wrongs, it will go against you, because the evidence is very much put out. Not interested. Just not interested. Not interested in the crap. Who is Jag? Juggy. So was this guy working for Juggy Hinduja? Juggy Hinduja and Pushpa Hinduja, Munish Hinduja and Sumir Hinduja's parents, friends of original Kaushalya Advani and Mr. Subhash Gupta from 190 Sankey Road days from the 70s. Gokul Das Exports. In Cotton World's case, which is again from Bangalore, where also warehouse is at, and Gokul Das Exports. So did they mess in both places, Cotton World also and the Hinduja retail, whatever they had, and exports, whatever they had? Were was it a was it like a bunch of employees who got together and did what they did? Connected with retail, connected with exports. Cotton World also exports. They also have their one retail shop here, and whatever it is in charge of South India, that is Chennai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, the head office in Bombay. On the other thing, it is Gokuldas Exports. So if you messed around with Koshi, the real Kaushalya Advani, married to Subhash Gupta, these guys, Jaggi Hindujas and his family and his kids lived down the road, on the main road. Along the way is Vinod Gupta, the brother of Subhash Gupta, and their kids Seema Gupta and Vishal Gupta and Divya Gupta. You messed with everybody on that road. You are the employee category in those places. On read. In Cotton World case, what did we get? He was stocking the stock. He was a stockist. They're still screeching like hyenas from the fan. I insist I want Raw and Analysis to come in. I insist I want the Indian military. No, I don't want you fucking making sounds from inside my body. Stop being a creep. Come forward. I want those rats caught. Otherwise, I will not spare you from the afterlife. I am a single girl over here. Most of my family has been murdered. The rats are from the bottom of the pyramid. They are the worst. They shouldn't even be allowed to be citizens of any country. वहाँ पे जहाँ ऐसे घटिया लोग जावे वहीं पे डेविस्टेशन ही होके रहे. So I will not spare you from the afterlife. It is my oath to you. The start of your devastation will start the day I exit out of the body, the minute I go back to my realm. I will bring you to book. According to the laws of the universe, your deeds and the evidence, and what the laws say, what you did, and what is due to you as an earning. That's all that I'm going to ensure is fed to you. My life is not your bloody joke to trample upon. And I wasn't born in a bloody sewer hole that you could dent it where you wanted to, and where you want to vein it, you will just vein it. No, it's not yours to bloody fuck around with. Shameless bloody rats. Seat tires is what? Maybe they screwed around with them also. So if they have some relatives, women who got married, understand these guys have shapeshifted in everyone's bed. They're useless. 10 people for one dead man's position. What I was shown in 2016, I have to put it out. It's not with the idea of insulting anybody. Gujarati ladies, Marwadi ladies, their daughter-in-laws and their daughters, very hip. All of them are Guju to unmold. Straight out of their pallus, straight into their pants. Hot pants, mini skirts, whatever, the daughters, whatever, not mini skirts, but all very well turned out. All come out from the parlor with hairdos. I was shown that they were taken underground. But at the same time, in the same year, I was shown about my sister. And I wasn't shown my sister, it was put upon me. Getting kicked around by Shirdi Sai Baba in a big hall and getting beaten up really badly. I took it that it is actually Shirdi Sai Baba saying whatever Shani is supposed to do to you because you started your Sare Sati, I'm doing this and taking away a major part of it. I took it that way. But now after 2017 when I amongst the 10 shapeshifters who came to this home to clean, on the back of dead Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, after her husband has got into an accident, he's immobile from the waist downwards. What was shown on my door of my bedroom was someone screeching, screaming, this of the skull missing, one eye missing, God he knows what it is, mouth wide open, screeching. Connected with that on my bedroom door in my temple is actually looking like my baby sister with her short hair and very happy, and she's on like a Shenai kind of thing, and she seems very happy inside the temple. So I stopped in my tracks over there and I said, wait, I think someone's trying to talk. Not only that, before that, when I was doing my sessions in my small little room, which is today the laundry room, I saw this ball of black something, and it wasn't a shadow on the wall. This is what is thing. Now I'm thinking about it. It didn't have a reflection on the wall. It was like a black energy, a black ball, which I, just looked like this at the door. I'm sitting on the bed. It is on the side, far away from the door. So I'm just looking out of the bedroom door, and I'm seeing this black ball. I see something passing in, and then it's kicked out, and it does a somersault rolling out. And those times I was doing all my reading only in my bedroom. So I'm feeling, did I see that, or was that like imagination? But I said, okay, whatever. But then after some time, next few days, I went to sleep in the night, and I had a dream in which when I'm opening my eyes, I want to open it, I can't open it. I'm like sleep paralyzed, and sitting behind me is a black, very bad energy, really terrible energy. She's sitting behind me, propped up against the headboard, and I'm facing the curtains the opposite side. So my back is to her, and I want her out, but I can't wake up. I just can't. I'm completely paralyzed. So that has sat behind me, and I don't want her there. After that, I started leaving my light in my bedroom on for 1 year to sleep. Not only that, I stopped doing the readings in the small room, and I went back to my bedroom for some time, before which I was told, come to this drawing room and do the reading. It is the third place I have moved to. Third or fourth setting. 2 within my bedroom or 3 within my bedroom. Third in the small room, which is now the laundry room, and now here in the living room. The EA was probably making extra money working for D. Only if you need money will you support somebody who wants you to do things quietly for the extra money. Siat Tires is the same Tamil Nadu guy has shapeshifted in the wedding at Siat. Maybe done work, mess around in other people's export firms also. So Ashish Jagtyani, I say, has the same, the real Ashish Jagtyani died before he got married to Girija. There is really a real Ashish Jagtyani. He is Harish Jagtyani's son, Rukma auntie's son. They are real people from my grandfather, Mr. Ramchand Sadrangani's time. They are not fictitious characters, except that Ashish Jagtyani died as early as before he got married to Girija. Now the problem of the back that Ashish Jagtyani had, I thought it was just a trend all the youngsters are getting. But that same problem one version of SRL had. The 5 months that I was in Ranka Park, during the time at Ranka Park, one version of the 10 SRLs, dead SRLs, 10 SLs. One of them had the same back problem as Ashish Jagtiani later on had the same thing. That's the same guy. The same guy has visited me 2017 at Suman Towers. 2017 at 1401 Suman Towers. We ordered pizza because I say he's my Rakhi brother. And he has come to visit me at my Suman Towers home. And of course I'm going to call for food, except that this Rakhi brother of mine has also been Aki, maybe not, is a same connect to him. The EAs, the shapeshifters who have worked for the industries, shapeshifting in their marriages, including Girija Khurana. So Aki is for Akhil Gupta. Ashish Jagtiani is for my grandfather, my Nana. I swear on God, Mr. Ramchand and Parvati Sagangani socially are networked to Harish Jagtiani's parents. Rukma is his wife. Ashish Jagtiani is seen in my photo as a baby. Varsha is in the same photo. That boy was dead before he got married to his girlfriend called Girija. That girl over there is not Rohika and not Rohik. That is me. Whether you change my bloody fucking face or not. And yes, you make me speak like my mother. Don't make me speak like my mother because you fucked around ENT wise, ear, nose, throat to keep changing voice. Yeah, I want Indian military over here. I want. Come on. Along with the raw. Come here. I want the rats caught. It's your job to catch them. I insist. You've never had it so easy having all the evidence? At least try. At least try. Maybe he has now moved to America. Your Trump is a fake ID. I am telling you 100 times. Your CIA, FBI people have all been dispersed. You got all fake IDs over there. All the good people, most of them are dead. Murdered, removed, put out on the streets, cortex off, cortex on, or something else. It's like asking Tamil Nadu NTR to come become Umesh Ingorani, which is very uncomfortable for him. But he had to do it. He doesn't remember who he is. His conscience takes him to a place and makes him do things that are different from what he would naturally do. So that's like stamping down on somebody's natural ability, brain-wise, connected to the Atma and the Atmic journey for so long, the Atma knowing why it's here on earth, that being interrupted by an external nanochip or a bio, cutting off the journey and reconfiguring the journey to suit somebody else's purpose, making them the tool and equipment for outcome to somebody else's tunes, other person's, let's just say blueprint, game plan, just an equipment, just a tool. So I don't know where your deputy Washington DC D Joktiani, maybe it is to do with ED. Tanaji is the Hathgadi wala. So possibly they took out Mr. Kani Advani and made him Tanaji, because Tanaji used to ring the bell of Foj as well, being the Hath Gadi wala or the Tempo wala, and he used to ring the bell of Foj as well and very rude. So they pulled out Mr. Kani Advani and made him Tanaji, the Hath Gadi wala, putting off the sole proprietor of Kani and Company and A.G. Advani and Company. Up to which year? 89, 90, 91? Because Tanaji arrived only afterwards. He was never there before. It is after the driver left the job. In and around that time, Tanaji came to the door as the new Hath Gadi wala or the new delivery guy. He rings the bell more than so many times, which is something my dad used to do. But that is his apartment and that is his right to do so. He is the sole entrepreneur. You got him to be the Hath Gadi wala and you got him to be the delivery guy by shutting off his cortex and putting him out on the street. You flipped it around. Who did you bring in his place? Because at the same time you fucked around at United Breweries. You got rid of his sister Kailash Hingorani. You fucked around with his daughter Varsha Advani. You grabbed her assets. Today you're trying to grab mine. I couldn't give a rat's ass. I'll kick it in your face and spit on you. But the amount I'm going to make you go through now in the future, even the share of what is given to the Pitris will not come to you. You will rot in Atma. And listen, the decision that goes against you is not only mine. All those you stole from, all those you fucked around with, everything you took that was not yours to take, that whole network that has gone away to the higher realms, and far more that will also join, additional, along with the lit realm, along with the Tapaloka, along with the Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, along with the demigods and the gods and the gurus and the rishis, along with the lit realm of judges. You are going to be nailed now forever. You better believe what I am saying. And even if you don't, I don't care. I have already told you what I am going to do with you people. I am not alone. I had told you in 2017, there is an army building up in the higher realms of all the who's who. They are all going to stand witness to putting you in that place. Well earned by you, but it is not a place any wise person would even want to touch with a badge pole, not even for a second. Okay, the gyan that I got is some maybe of somebody who died. Gyan means knowledge. Maybe there is knowledge that is put to me from somebody who died. Okay. Okay, maybe you think I'm gay. No, I'm not gay. I left the marriage because some people over there were gay, they were bisexual. More importantly, if there were 10 people who were shape shifting for one dead man's position, then there is no continuity of thought, there is no continuity of any energy. It is not a good position to be in. First and foremost, I'm very particular about how I make a boyfriend. That was a marriage you scorned. 10 people in one marriage and you sing sindoor. I don't even know if you know what you do, or whether you are already stamped down in the brain and you don't have your own brain to work with. Otherwise, nobody is so foolish. So anyway, I left that sham, saying that I think the boy is gay. So any which way, something about it, I just don't want to be in it. I want to leave. So I left in 5 months, never to return. But apparently you are still taking different, making a hellhole and a mess in this apartment. I insist I want the raw. I want you over here. I don't care how you do. I want you here. Bring your head of whatever it is. I want that chap over here. You are shameless. You come here and bring the head of the military and make sure he is Indian, pro-India. I want no filthy games. I am a citizen. I am your customer. I am an Indian citizen. It is your duty to do proper work. I insist. I want you to come here. Come here. Everything's not a bloody joke and a free ride. Airing shit anywhere you want to air it. Ask those bloody filthy rot to earn elections the way they're supposed to, not bloody trashy manner in which they've done it. Who are they? They want to rule in India. Where are they from? They don't know the Constitution of India. You are also like them? Who are you? Maybe Nikhil Advani, they called him a pretty boy. So maybe it's his choice. He may be, he may not be also. I don't know. But it is his choice. It is nobody's business. The point is, it is to do with the ET and it's to do with the deed. You messed the entire Mr. Hukumat Rai Gurmukh Das Advani's family up on purpose. You did it because you didn't like us. You did it because maybe you made a fucking offer either to the Sadrangani family or to the Advani family, and they refused you because they are primarily Advani family. Mr. Hukumat Rai Advani is supposed to be a noble bloodline. You probably did some offers to him which he didn't want to take. Whereas the domestic helps that you hired, say if you can't beat them, join them. Right? That Huri has said it. That's the difference between nobility and ignobility. So you went on a witch hunt for the who's who are decent people to replace them with the most shitty crowd ever. For Nikhil Advani, you got Nick, Nixie, Nickel, Nickel, Nik and Nixi. Whenever anyone who is with more dark aura, you replace for a good lit realm person. You throw the trash on the dead person. Right? You play the same shitty game between the NDA and the UPA. There is no Rahul Gandhi, there is no Sonia Gandhi, there is no Narendra Damodar Das Modi. The game is played by some shitty bottom of the line pyramid. And they keep shifting blame. One is the garbage can, one is the cooking area. The kitchen and the garbage can. Where you want to cook, what you want to cook, all the kachra, where you want to throw it in one camp. That's what you've been playing all these years. That's also the checkering on the chessboard, black and white. Whether it is one locality, whether it's one town, whether it's one city, whether it is one state, whether it is state against state within a country, or whether it is country against country. And you have to started it now down to a micro level of family, within families. You have done this by plugging in crap. For every good person, one crappy person. Because you are the beast, the maker of the beast. You are a bigger beast than the maker of the beast. You made the beast, but your actual brain with which you thought making the beast, you are the truth man. And the only way you know how to win it, you trashy piece of crap, is by creating dissent and breaking everything. Other than that, you got no qualification. So actually the Raw should find out what is this deed. Ye deed kya hai? All the way to Washington DC, what is the connection? You got an answer. Covering up other people's crime is not the work of Raw, nor the Indian military. I want this undone because this is going to some enforcement directorate somewhere in the world. It is the Raw's job to undo it. I'm only a simple citizen. If you can't do your job, then there's no point in living in this country. I want you to openly declare that you are incompetent, and so I am choosing to live in another place. Because living in this shithole, when people can't do their bloody job, they thrash their trash on other people who are singular girls. Provided for by my family, not you. Stolen by you. So you accept your fault, I will move on. So people like Sriram don't say we flee. We don't flee. We got nothing to flee. But you got all the ass licking to do, and that is why you got to do all the cover-ups. I don't belong to your network. And I'm not you, because you decided on some fucking CD connected with Washington DC. I don't have time for that kind of trash. Yeah, you undo the fucking mess, man. That's your fucking job, not mine. I want the bloody raw person here. Come on, bring the military. Indian. So the Jaya cat they did and now created a new GT. बाप का माल है. Alright, so this explains it if you can understand what it is. Got the brains to understand? Again, we have to explain it. Primarily, we were put with the ET of you genes. I told you my grandfather's genes were cut off from me on purpose so that the EW could be put upon me. It was done sometime when I went to QUT or before that. Whenever your rats entered our setup. Connected with Pakistan apparently. ZZ. In place of my sister who was thrown out of her assets, and that girl connected with Agnello Fernandez, Rocky Fernandez. You listen to them for your direction and instructions. On the back of it, how many people lost their lives? Just like a dog bone. Come, and then chop your head. How many of you lost your lives? Do you even know some of your people lost their lives? कि तुमको पता नहीं है. You know, we got that they tend to lure people with big stories. Bring them to exactly that place where the rest of their gang is waiting to get rid of. It takes them 2 minutes. They have already said they know, they are well connected through Indian online broadband, your BJP NDA, Rahul Mahajan and
Poonam Mahajan, whose uncle Chacha, brother of the father, and the father shoot at each other. One dies, the other one goes to jail. The day that happened, actually, Bombay was sold. It was already done and over with. How many politicians would have been thrown out? Stealth mode, you don't even know. You'll do French Revolution in India with your brains. The French, with all their bloody brains and aristocracy, are living frugally. The ones who did all that karma ended up in Ethiopia. That's why there are still brains of people connected to their Atma on earth. That's still at a time when none of this shitty, itty, titty, all that crap is not around, with most uneducated, crappy crowd. It's still at a time economies are being built and being broken. But you people are now going to be born when none of it is actually available. लेकिन तुम्हारा आत्मा को सस्टेन कोई ना कोई शरीर के अंदर करना ही पड़ेगा, और तुम वापस तुम्हारा घटिया लोका जाओ. कौन तुमको पितरीस का क्या खिलाता है देखते हैं. तुमने ये दिन खड़ा कर दिया है कल का, सच बोलो तो. Also, you switched around with terrible DNA mixing and exchanging mine for terrible DNA and sending terrible DNA as my DNA abroad. That's when you stole my passport. You made 2 attempts to steal my passport. One when I've gone to Australia, Hamilton just arrived there within the first 10 days. Second time when I arrived back in Bombay. Behind my back you murdered Shaira, my real cousin, Jaya Advani. You plugged your own shit in her place. That means whatever I saw in my sleep you have actually done to people, because in 93-94 Miss Varsha Advani's replica, you are connected with Z, connected with something that is not really our network. The videos are 2 of them, they have been uploaded, who you really are. You are connected, you were friends with Fernandez's 2 children, Rocky Fernandez, Tony Fernandez, and Agnello Fernandez. And Katka Bai, Fatka Bai, Shatka Bai, Shatka Bai, Katka Bai, Katka Bai, all our domestic helps, while you were living for free in my sister's identity. You are responsible for everything that went wrong. With the start of it, you are connected with the IR, you are connected with the AI, you are connected with the UI. I don't understand why Raw didn't find you. No, Raw is hand in glove with you. You got the Katka Bai from Raw to join hands, secretly double agent with the ISI. That's India's Raw. That's India's intelligence. You dare to use the word IB, Intelligence Bureau? So when is the Raw going to meet me? Because I want, as a very, very unhappy customer, being an Indian citizen, I have a huge complaint against you. I want you to straighten it out. And don't play fucking sounds in my body, it's not your place to. Sort why my body has stupid people playing bells under it while they're serving the Pakistani government, pretending to be raw and Indian. When are you going to do that? Come forward. You nahi kar sakta hai. I am not married, I am very much divorced. That's a fake marriage. In my place, if you send somebody to be Jaya to GC area, which is what? Middle East somewhere, तो तुमने बढ़तीला हमारी मेड को वहाँ पे भेजा है. चित्रू ने वो काम किया है. दाने दाने पे खाने वाले का नाम. Sometime in 2007 is when you did what you did. You fuck. You are supposed to be a replica of the real blue-blooded Suchitra Mirchandani Advani, who you were a replacement for. In my case, with a ET. My grandfather's a decent guy. We would never sell ourselves. But my maid will sell herself. She needs the money. So via the ET, you have literally taken our servants, given them exalted positions on your shitty, uneducated SATA drive. And on that shit drive all the way to DC. Because your crap today is shape-shifting for Donald Trump in Washington, DC. Don't fucking play sounds in my body. You understood? Don't fucking play sounds in my body. Bloody garbage from a garbage hole. My oath is I'm going to ruin you completely the next 280 you guys. Not even the share of Pitri offerings will come your way. Forget about anything else out of Nark Loka. You're going to Nark. You're going to settle there for 280 you guys non-stop. The full bunch of you crapsters. That's my oath. Well earned by you cheap people. This is fake, not true. So maybe for me they send EA. Mostly this is an EA. Isn't there a girl called a Jatya? Who's Jatya? I know some Jatya, but I don't know who. So the Jatya, if there's any Jatya family, they are Marwadis. So if there is any Jatya family, especially if it's connected with you knowing Shalina Hundalani, fake Varsha Advani, post 1993, Jatyas, then in your family's been infiltrated by saying shit crap from a shithole. Now GD is GD Somani, so Somanis also must have been affected. Day also problem. ED also problem. DC to for sure problem. I told you 100 times. Who? 1 minute. Tanya? My friend Tanya from school. Tanya Baria. So that means Tanya Baria's identity we got, she's no more in the body. A fake woman has come in her place probably, or they have gone and put her down as EW. GD Somani's Manjari Somani we got, she is no more. Maybe they put her down as EW. Same with the Jatias, same with the days, same with some people in the ED, maybe. Taj. Nikhil Advani connected with Taj is actually an EW identity. Okay, I think I'll close this because my battery is low. I think this is more than enough. Anyone needs to reconstruct it, figure it out. Okay, I'm closing it over here. I'm very serious. I want someone from the raw over here, and not just anybody. You better be Indian, you better be of a proper caliber, along with someone from the military. It's high time. I want answers.